Hey everybody, thought I'd do a little video this evening about this new thing that YouTube has going on where they take the monetization off of your video and you don't make any money off of it. I've seen this come up on other people's channels too. Not really the high-end channels haven't talked about it, but the lower end channels like me, or maybe not low end isn't a good term, but the channels that, have fun with YouTube, don't get a lot of views like the big folks do. And I'm definitely somebody that doesn't get a lot of views. I have more fun doing it than I do anything else. But, if I can make a dime here or there, why not? So I will monetize some of my videos. But what YouTube has started doing, because some of the big advertisers started pulling out their advertising from YouTube because of their advertisements being put in videos that they thought weren't proper. And I'm sure some of them weren't, some things promoting terrorism or, bad things, stuff like that. Advertisers don't want to have their ads in those videos, obviously. They don't want to be supporting that type of stuff. So I totally understand that. But YouTube's response has been to create this bot that looks through, I guess, titles and comments and maybe some viewer feedback and things, I suppose. And then it automatically says if it's good to go, which gets green, or if it's not, it gets this yellow. It's not monetized, but it isn't monetized. So I don't know. And then they put up this thing that says not suitable for most advertisers. And then you can request a review. We'll talk about that in a second. But this is the latest video I put up. And it got tagged with this. I've only had 9 people look at it, 2 thumbs up, and got 4 comments between me and 1 other person. So it's not like it's got a lot of views and a lot of people are doing negative things. I mean, there's no thumbs down or anything. So it's not viewers. Viewers haven't hit that. So I had originally the word Christmas in here instead of holidays. And in the description it said Christmas too, because it was a Christmas gift. That's the only thing that I can think of that the bot said, hey, it's talking about Christmas and that's evil and nobody likes Christmas and, it's not whatever you all want to talk about it being. So it said advertisers don't want to put their advertisement on something that says Christmas, so it took that away. So I've changed that to holiday to see if it makes a difference. And I did that about 5 hours ago. And so far it hasn't done anything, but we'll see. It'll be interesting to see if changing that word does it. So how can you see? Oh, and this isn't a problem necessarily for the big end folks, because YouTube said, hey, if you request a review, we'll do a review right away if your video has 1,000 looks in the last 7 days or you have over 10,000 subscribers. I've got about 500 subscribers and only a couple of my videos have over 1,000 views, and those weren't within 7 days. So, that means on this video I don't make money. It's only got 9 views on it, but I've got 1 other that I'd like to have monetized again. So how do you check on this? You could go up here to this. Here's your, like if this was your screen of videos, it'd list all your videos and you could scroll down through here. Well, if you've got a lot of videos on there, how do you figure out which ones are like this and which ones are not? So you can go up here to view, and then you click on limited or no ads. And this will pop up a list of those that this YouTube robot bot thing has determined aren't suitable for advertising. So this was the one I just talked about. The one about hanging up bird feeders, of all things. Hanging up bird feeders. They said advertisers won't like you hanging up bird feeders. Again, I think that's because it said Christmas in there. We'll see if this changes over. This one is a gun, my handgun, taking it apart and putting it back together. And this is one of my more watched videos, and I make a little bit of money off that, like $1. I'm not talking about big time money, but at one point, for years this sat there. Since March 7th, 2015, it sat there just fine. Nobody had any issues with it. It's got, some thumbs up, couple thumbs down, but now they've just decided that it's not suitable for advertising. And here's another one. This is about a headstone for a fox hunter in a local cemetery. And I thought it was pretty neat the way the headstone was done. And there's nothing in here that I can't see how anybody would find it offensive, except maybe Hunter. And they thought, oh, it has something to do with hunting. All these PETA people on here, they're not gonna like it, and the advertisers aren't gonna like it, so we'll take that off. Now, I've probably had half a dozen more videos that I've requested for review, and within a few hours they come off. But these two, I've had probably for a week of requested review, and this one was just today. But these haven't come off. And again, it's a cemetery. You know, what's up with that? And that one's bird feeders. Of all of these, this one would probably be the one, because it talked about guns, that they'd freak out over. So if you dive in here, and you can click into your video, like edit your video. I'm just going to click on this, and it'll bring up the video. And if you haven't done it yet, you can see down here in the monetization status, limited or no ads due to content identified as not suitable for most advertisers. And you click on there, and you can see what their whole guide thing is, what they're explaining goes on and stuff like that. And then there's a button. If you haven't hit it, there's a button here that you can click and request a review. But then they come right back and say, right now we only are able to review videos with at least 1,000 views in the past 7 days. And we'll review your ad once it reaches that threshold. This video is never going to do that. I think YouTube is killing the small guy here, because, like I said earlier, I'm never going to make, $100 off this video, $20 off this video. But, I'll take nickels and dimes. I'm not picky. But because the YouTube bot has said, hey, we don't like your bird feeders and your birds, we're going to stick you. And they did. So, any rate, circle back around, and, if you do have videos up, at least check them. And yeah, maybe they won't review them, but I'd hope that there's some statistical thing that they can look and see how many people have requested video reviews from the small guys like me, and I know BC Truck over there, he's had a few issues, a couple other people. So hopefully we can, hopefully Facebook gets us figured out. And like I said, I'm not making any significant amount of money on this, but, come on, guys. I'm putting up bird feeders, and I'm talking about this cool hand-carved tombstone at a cemetery, and I'm breaking down a gun, which is perfectly legal in the United States. There's nothing wrong with it. So, anyway, that's it. If you haven't checked, if you've got videos up on YouTube that you've monetized and you haven't checked their status here, make sure you do that. And a quick way to do that is hit over here in the view, select the limited or no ads, and it'll pop these up. All right, take care, guys.